So hi everyone, welcome back to the live session today. And in the previous session we were able to do the access cavity preparation for this grossly carious mandibular molar, and we could identify the canal orifices. This is the distal canal orifice, a single large distal canal orifice that is there. Then the dentinal map that is leading us to the mesobuccal canal orifice and the mesolingual canal orifice. So these were the orifices that we were able to identify. We could retain the healthy tooth structure for the reference point to determine the reference point at which we would be working when we have determined the working length. So there is an ongoing poll on how to exactly, or the best method that would be a good method to accurately determine the working length. So that is the choices or the options have been given, and you could consider them. In this video we are going to demonstrate on how to use the electronic apex locator to determine the working length. See, once we have identified the canal orifices, we have negotiated these canals. So we have yet not determined the working length, but we could negotiate the canals. The file is freely inside the distal canal. So this is a single large distal canal. Then going into the mesobuccal canal. Then going into the mesolingual canal. Now once we have identified all these canals, this is the time we need to first irrigate these canals. So you can use the saline to flush out. Once you have entered any endodontic file, you must irrigate the canal. Flush out all the debris that have been accumulating. And now we are going to use the electronic apex locator. So this has two ends. One is the file clip. This is the file clip of the electronic apex locator, and the second is the lip clip. This is the lip clip. Over here we are using the Root ZX mini apex locator from J. Morita. So when we need to determine the working length, we need to just we are introducing the initial file for which we have negotiated the canal. So over here, inserting the 10K file. Along the working length. So over here it is getting around 19 mm for the distal canal orifice. So we would withdraw the file, clean the fluid, see the file came out curved. So the angulation of the canal is little curved. Then measuring the length of the mesobuccal canal orifice. It is coming out to be, with this reference point, the stopper lying at the distal orifice, it is coming out to be 19 mm again. then the mesolingual canal orifice, it is coming out to be roughly, we need to adjust the stopper over here. Roughly by 1 mm we have reduced it, so it is coming out to be roughly 18 millimeters. Now for the distal we have got 19 millimeters, for the mesolingual again 19, but for the mesolingual we have obtained 18. So the thing that is to be considered over here is, while we have determined the working length, this is not the working length that we are going to prepare the canals for. For example, 19 mm in distal canal means that your working length is a millimeter short the working preparation that you should be doing. So that means for 19 millimeter reading of the electronic apex locator, you should be preparing your canals for a length of 18 millimeters, because the apical constriction that is there would be the determination of the apex locator, and you need to just be preparing the canals before that, so it should be around 18 millimeters. Similarly, over here in the mesobuccal canal we got 19, so 18 millimeter is the working preparation over here, and the 18 millimeter in the mesolingual canal means 17 millimeter would be our working preparations. So hope you were able to understand this, the concept of electronic apex locator, and this is how we need to prepare the canals. So now the working length has been determined, and the next step is the initial canal preparation followed by the rotary endodontics. So we would be back in the next session where we would determine how to do the chemomechanical preparation or the biomechanical preparation, or more precisely the cleaning and shaping of these canals to seal them more accurately or appropriately. So thanks for watching. If you have any queries, you can ask in the comment section below this video. Till then, bye bye.